dirt. Hello, I'm Jonathan, owner of Little Hero Plumbing. I can't imagine living like that. The dirt, my mom told me, had nutrients. We are so fortunate to live in the world's richest country, but every day children go hungry. At Little Hero Plumbing, we want to help. So we're bringing back our Hero Help program. Before COVID-19, we fed the homeless, adopted families, and cleaned the bay. But our most popular program is handing out canned goods. Reader Hero will once again hand out food with no questions asked. Simply pull up in your car and we'll help your family. Go to readerhero.com/herohelp for the date and location. If you want to donate canned goods, call us at 866-177 for a Reader Hero Plumbing location nearest you. Thank you.
CL 102-88-86.
If you missed it, we got it. KFI and KOST HD2, Los Angeles, Orange County. Happy Friday. You made it through the week. It's time for your morning wake-up call. Here's Jennifer Jones-Lee.
Hello, and welcome to your Halloween weekend. KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Yeah, big Halloween plans. What are you going to be for Halloween this year? Are you one of those people who tries to find the creative costume? Are you one of those people who goes with the sexy costume? Or are you like my husband who just flat out likes to scare little kids? I have to tell them every year, no, you cannot wear that mask when you open the door. Like, our job is not to scare 3-year-olds and make them not want to go to any other house during the night. That's not our job. Our job is to make them smile and give them candy. He disagrees. I usually win, fortunately for you parents. Here's what's up on your wake-up call. The LAPD is looking for 3 thieves who broke into the home of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Dorit Kemsley and held her at gunpoint. 6 teachers and a counselor have been fired by the Granada Hills Charter High School because they wouldn't get vaccinated against COVID-19. And the former governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo, has been charged with a misdemeanor sex crime. We're going to talk more about that at 5:20 with ABC's Aaron Katersky. But before that, I want to talk with ABC News political director Rick Klein. The president sounded pretty confident yesterday that the work that he'd laid out for his social spending plan would get all Democrats on board. But I think that remains to be seen because you heard the disappointment from progressives, especially the ones that are in the squad and Bernie Sanders. Is he going to eventually get them on board? And what does all this do as he travels overseas? How does this make him look to leaders overseas when he can't get his own group together to come up with something regarding the climate, yet he's going overseas to talk about climate change and how to fix all of that? I just wonder how all of that shapes up. So we'll find out when we talk with Rick in just a few minutes. So let's go ahead and start with some of these stories coming out of the KFI 24-hour newsroom. The LAPD is looking for 3 thieves who broke into the home of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Dorit Kemsley and held her at gunpoint. They reportedly got away with at least $1 million worth of handbags, jewelry, and watches. Neighbor Mark Weinberg says the entire area is now on edge.
It was, an unsettling event because it's a pretty quiet neighborhood. I mean, nobody really talks to anybody here.
Kemsley's children were asleep in the home at the time and were not hurt. Well, the LA Police Union is pressing for an investigation into the contract awarded by the LA City Council for COVID-19 testing. The LA Police Protective League says it's concerned about conflicts of interest and ethical violations. Unvaccinated city employees, including police officers and firefighters, have to be tested twice a week at the cost of $65 per test. To them. The union says the company contracted to do the test is owned by someone who's on the Board of Fire and Police Pension Commissions and who has contributed to the campaigns of some city officials. 6 teachers and a counselor have been fired by the Granada Hills Charter High School because they wouldn't get vaccinated against COVID-19. The school's governing board made the decision Wednesday night. The 7 say they plan to file a lawsuit against the school and the governing board. Valencia High School in the Santa Clarita Valley has canceled its football game that was scheduled for today because of COVID. District officials there say there have been 3 new COVID cases. Some of the infections involve the football team. The school's football facilities also will be closed today for a deep cleaning. More than 30 people at Valencia High School tested positive for COVID just over the past week. Did you hear about this last night? 2 people have been questioned by the LA airport police over a possible shooter scare that had hundreds of people running onto the tarmac at LAX. An airport official says people got in an argument outside Terminal 1 last night, and one of them ran inside yelling the other guy had a gun. This woman said people in the terminal panicked.
The amount of people that were just running, I was just like, oh my goodness, what is happening, you know? And then okay, I'm going to pack up and go.
Flights were grounded for nearly an hour. No shots were fired and no weapons have been found. The terminal is open this morning and flights are operating as normal. Well, the owners of a low-income senior apartment in Chinatown accused of not keeping their building up to code are facing criminal charges.
LA City Attorney Mike Fewer says the owners of the 16-story Cafe Manor have left their elevators broken despite several orders to fix them. He says he wants the allegations announced yesterday to send a message to other landlords.
That any building owner in the city owes some basic obligations to their tenants, especially when those tenants are frail, elderly, low income, and vulnerable.
The building's owners have also been accused of not keeping their elevators up with the city's fire safety code. Blake Trolley, KFI News.
When we come back, we'll talk with ABC News political director Rick Klein. The president sounded confident when it came to the framework of his social spending plan and seeming that he could get Democrats on board. Can he? And how does this make him look as he travels overseas? All that's coming up. But right now, I want to go ahead and take a look at your drive on the 5 and say good morning. Happy Friday, Dave Joseph.
Good morning and happy Friday, Jen. We've got some trouble in Boyle Heights. Looks like it has just been cleared. The 5 north on that Calzona Street had a crash. Now out of lanes, but you're stopped to go from Gitman. On the 22 westbound at Golden West, looks like some police activity there. Seems to be taking traffic off the freeway. 22 westbound at Golden West. Be aware of that situation. Crash in Long Beach, 405 northbound at the 710. That blocks the right lane. You're slow from Long Beach Boulevard. And a high wind advisory in Newhall on the 14, both directions between the 5 and the Sierra Highway. Very high winds reported through the area. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Dave Joseph.
5:06 on your wake-up call. ABC News political director Rick Klein joins us this morning. Hey, Rick, welcome back to Wake Up Call.
Hey, great to be with you.
Hey, so let's talk about the president yesterday. He sounded pretty confident when he came out talking about the framework of his social spending plan and seeming that he felt like he could get Democrats on board. But if you heard what Bernie Sanders was saying and the progressives in the squad, I feel like they had kind of another thought about the framework.
Yeah, they did. And look, this was a bluff by the president and by Speaker Pelosi, and it was followed by progressives. And it's a bitter disappointment because Biden was hoping to lay it all out there, get Pelosi on board, get everyone on board, speaking for the foreign trip. He felt it was just time to get this big victory, and it did not work. It was a severe miscalculation. Was it a fatal one? I don't think so. I think they're going to be able to get back at this and take it up again when the president is back from the trip. But he was certainly hoping to get better results laying it all on the line as he did.
I was shocked when I saw certain reports that House Speaker Pelosi had reportedly said to Democrats, don't embarrass the president yesterday, talking about when they were coming together on this social framework. And that there was the possibility that a vote was going to happen yesterday. But then, boom, within an hour or two, those reports had gone to the wayside because it sounded like things were kind of in disarray.
Yeah, and that's where they landed. They ended up having full plans to vote because they're still not where they hope to be. And we've seen just a bizarre Groundhog Day for a long time now inside the Democratic caucus. So they keep talking about the same senators and trying to get them on board. And, what the man's in the cinema thinks. And they're just stuck where they have been stuck for months and months and months now, it feels like. And I just don't know of any real kind of progress despite a lot of happy talk and a lot of pretty hard lobbying going on.
Okay, and with the president traveling overseas now, how does this make him look to other foreign leaders? I mean, the biggest part of this trip is, of course, climate change, yet he can't get a decision on social spending, which includes climate change, in his own country.
Yeah, and look, I mean, I think it's embarrassing. It's daily embarrassing, it's terribly embarrassing. I think most countries, I think, they recognize how difficult it can be to work with the legislative body But Biden wanted to have this for a lot of good reasons, and one of them was to be able to show and not just tell the world community that the U.S. is acting on climate. So that would have been a pretty significant statement. They don't have that. They're not going to have that. And it was just weakening to the U.S. hand with all that much more on the world stage.
All right, that's kind of what I figured. All right, thank you so much, Rick. Have a good one. By the way, what's up on this weekend?
Yeah, one guy that really wanted the deal, Pete Buttigieg, Secretary of Transportation. I think when he agreed to come on, he was hoping to have some good news to share, and then came up to explain why they're still having these talks over and over again.
Oh, maybe he'll give you some answers. Looking forward to it, Rick.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
See ya. That is ABC Political Director Rick Klein. And that is tough. How do you, I mean, just say you're the president, but say you're in any business situation, and you can't get your own, let's say, board of directors to agree on a plan going forward. Yet you're supposed to meet up with the heads of other businesses like yours to say, here's what we need to do, and here's what we need to do to go forward. And Sam in the back raises his hand and goes, that's a nice idea, but why, I don't necessarily agree with it, and you can't even get your own people on board. Answer that question. Oh, I don't envy the president having to answer those questions. President Biden has arrived at the Vatican in Rome for a meeting with Pope Francis. He's expected to talk with the Pope about his faith and other things, including climate change, inequality in income, and the pandemic. Biden is only the second Catholic president in U.S. history. The first, of course, was JFK. Multiple agencies have testified to the State Natural Resources and Water Committee about the response to the oil spill in Orange County. Senator Tom Umberg says the focus is also to discuss the future of offshore drilling.
We're accountable. We, the elected leaders, whether it's local or state or federal, we're responsible for ensuring that this kind of event is prevented in the future.
And the informational hearing yesterday is one of several state and federal investigations on the estimated 25,000-gallon oil spill. Amplify Energy, the owner of the pipeline that cracked in the federal waters earlier this month, declined to testify. Organizers say a new effort to recall L.A. County DA George Gascon will be bipartisan, better organized, and better funded.
He is dismantling the justice system.
Desiree Andrade says her son's murderers could be free one day because Gascon ended sentencing enhancement.
It's a slap in the face. Justice is now for the criminal, not for the victim.
Former DA Scott Cooley says the new recall petition should be ready before the end of the year.
The minimum sentences are being obtained, which means very bad people are getting out very quickly.
Gascon's campaign says voters are tired of recalls and just want the community kept safe while the justice system gets fair reforms that are long overdue. In L.A., Corbin Carson, KFI News.
A new organization is working to improve the process of people returning home from prison in California. The Re-Entry Providers Association of California will look at problems in re-entry services and call for budget changes. Quincy Witt, who is a counselor with the state prison system, says family-related training is important and often overlooked.
A lot of individuals come out don't know how to be a parent. They're trying to reestablish relationships with children that they probably didn't even see were there when they were born.
The group will also call for laws to expand career and housing opportunities for ex-prisoners. All right, American Airlines says it's working with the FBI and the FAA to have charges filed against the man who attacked a flight attendant on a flight from New York to Santa Ana. The company's CEO, Doug Parker, says the airline will not tolerate violent and disrespectful passengers.
As for this individual, I can guarantee you, he will never be allowed to fly American Airlines again. That is not enough. This type of behavior has to stop.
I would hope so. The man punched the flight attendant twice in the... I didn't know it was twice. I knew it was once, but I didn't know twice in the face on the flight Wednesday night. The plane landed in Denver so officers could take off. Here's my thing. I know you might not want to wear a mask on a plane, and this apparently is over either the flight attendant bumped the guy or bumped the guy and then told him to wear a mask. No matter what. I know you probably don't want to wear a mask. I know you're probably thinking to yourself, this is stupid, nobody's going to tell me to wear a mask. But here's the thing. They tell us you have to wear a mask. So are you going to get mad at the woman or man who tells you to wear a mask on a plane? Because they're just doing their job. Is it really worth punching them in the face when all they're doing is their job? I mean, I'm just saying. Maybe they don't want to wear a mask, but they have to because it's their job. But they'd like a paycheck. They'd like to go home to their family without a broken nose. I'm just saying. So is it gonna kill you to wear a mask? Probably not. The former governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo, has been charged with a misdemeanor sex crime. In just a couple of minutes, we're going to talk with ABC's Aaron Katersky about that and get all the details on that. A police officer in San Jose has been charged with the felony assault for allegedly punching a woman in the face. What is it with punching women in the face lately? Punching a woman in the face during a road rage argument when he was off duty. The DA's office says it happened in July when the officer's SUV nearly crashed into another one as they were getting onto the freeway. The woman in the other SUV allegedly threw a water bottle at the officer's car. Well, that's not smart either. Both cars stopped, they got out, and the officer punched her. The head coach of the Florida Panthers NHL team has quit over an investigation into a sexual assault allegation when he was coaching the Chicago Blackhawks. Former player Kyle Beach claims he was assaulted by one of Chicago's video coaches in 2010.
I had to bury this so far deep down to chase my goals and to chase my dreams of being an NHL player.
Beach previously filed a negligence lawsuit against the Blackhawks over their handling of his sexual assault. It is still ongoing. And the NAACP is pushing for athletes not to sign with teams in Texas because of the state's voting, abortion, and anti-mask laws. The civil rights organization has sent a letter to the Players Association for every professional sport in the country, calling on athletes to use their influence to fight for human rights. All right, when we come back, like I said, we'll talk with Aaron Katersky about former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo being cited for a misdemeanor sexual assault charge. Also, it's your chance to win $1,000. All that is straight ahead. Right now, let's say hi again to Dave Joseph. What's his police activity on the 22?
Yeah, getting reports of a possible carjacking situation and possible shooting as well on the 22 westbound at Golden West and Garden Grove. All lanes of 22 freeway westbound are closed. So DHT is diverting traffic off at Golden West. Avoid the area if at all possible. 22 westbound at Golden West. You'll find that police activity. Headed through Long Beach, the 405 northbound at the 710. A crash is blocking the right lane. Earlier crash cleared in Boyle Heights. 5 northbound at Calzona. Everything out of lanes. And in Simi Valley, roadwork still taking place on the 118 westbound between 1st Street and Madera. The right lane shut down until 6 a.m. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Dave Joseph.
We survived winter in Siberia, my mother told me, by literally eating dirt. Hello, I'm John Akoyan, owner of River Hero Plumbing. I can't imagine living like that, but dirt, my mom told me, had nutrients. We are so fortunate to live in the world's richest country, but every day children go hungry. At River Hero Plumbing, we want to help, so we're bringing back our Hero Health program. Before COVID-19, we fed the homeless, adopted families, and cleaned the bay. But our most popular program was handing out canned goods. Rooter Hero will once again hand out food with no questions asked. Simply pull up in your car and we'll help your family. Go to rooterhero.com/herohelp for the date and location. If you want to donate canned goods, call us at 866-DRAIN-77 for a Rooter Hero Plumbing location nearest you. Thank you.
CL 102-8886.
This report is sponsored by Anthem Blue Cross.
Anthem Blue Cross and Heart of America are helping schools across the country increase their access to healthy food. Learn more at anthem.com/ca/SPARK. Anthem Blue Cross is the trade name of Blue Cross of California.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick, and here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network, presented by Mercedes-Benz.
MLB players voted Shohei Ohtani Player of the Year. The Players' Choice Awards also named the Angel Superstar as the AL's Outstanding Player. Dodgers' Albert Pujols will play winter ball in the Dominican League, and Thursday night football had a wild ending with the Packers surviving the Cardinals. Kyler Murray was picked off in the end zone after A.J. Green didn't turn around for the ball. I'm Missy Jordan.
Intelligence runs in the family. Innovation runs in the family. Extraordinary runs in the family. The 2021 Mercedes-Benz range of SUVs. Every member is waiting to impress. Learn more at MBUSA.com.
We should never take for granted clean air. IQ Air's mission is simple. They want to give you the cleanest air possible, and they developed the affordable Autumn series to do just that.
The Autumn Desk is a revolutionary air purifier that transforms your workspace into personal clean air zones.
Unlike other air filtration systems that may take hours to purify the air in a room, the Autumn Desk begins working immediately.
Its unique design protects you by removing ultrafine particles from your personal breathing zone. It's compact, portable, and fits perfectly on any desktop.
You just place it right next to you while you work. Create your own personal bubble of ultra-pure air.
Designed in Switzerland and manufactured in Germany, this game-changing technology has been proven to remove 99% of all airborne pollutants.
We've been using the Autumn Desk in our studio now for months, and it's fantastic. Purify your workspace today with the Autumn Desk.
Visit iqair.com/US to learn more, or give them a call at 800-500-4AIR. That's iqair.com/US or 800-500-4247.
You know you worked hard to build your wealth. You also know one must plan for the twists and turns ahead, the children growing up, empty nest realities, and the joys of retirement. There's something else you need to know. You're not alone in this. You have a wealth management partner in Edelman Financial Engines to work with you every step of the way. Whether it's personalized advice or our modeling of over 38,000 investments monthly to keep you current and focused. It also helps to know that we use a cost-effective, integrated approach to wealth planning, from tax-optimized portfolios to life-focused advice for retirement and the possibilities ahead. If you're asking, what more can I do to take my wealth potential to the next level? Call to schedule a free, no-obligation meeting with an Edelman Financial Engines advisor who knows what that takes. Call 833-PLAN-EFE or visit planefe.com today.
I'm Susan Owen, managing partner at OPO Law. Over 43 years of experience. Over 10,000 personal injury cases with a 98% success rate. If you've been injured, call 888-OPO-WINS for a free consultation.
Every new Toyota comes with peace of mind standard. That's because you get Toyota Care no-cost maintenance when you buy or lease any new Toyota car, truck, or SUV. Toyota Care covers all normal factory scheduled services for 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first, and even includes 24-hour roadside assistance and lockout protection. See your Toyota dealer for details and exclusions. Valid only in the continental U.S. and Alaska.
Hi, you must be Tina.
Yeah, that's me.
I recognized you right away. Wow, you look just like your picture.
And you are...
I'm Carlos. You didn't recognize me?
Kinda.
Kinda doesn't cut it. That's why Toyota certified technicians only use genuine Toyota parts. So they fit your Toyota perfectly. Toyota Service Center. Keep your Toyota a Toyota. We make it easy. Toyota. Let's go places.
This Halloween weekend, West the Rockies, you are on the air. Ghost to Ghost from the Art Bell Archives. Real ghost stories from real people. A special KFI Halloween weekend presentation. Ghost to Ghost with Art Bell. It's well worth the listen. Tomorrow night at 8 on KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk.
About that dreamy concrete jungle and its former governor being charged with a misdemeanor sexual assault charge in just a second. KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Welcome to your weekend. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee. Here's some of the stories we're watching in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. The LAPD is looking for 3 people accused of breaking into and robbing the home of one of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Police say the 3 broke into Dorit Kemsley's home in Encino on Wednesday night and forced her at gunpoint to direct them to her valuable handbags, jewelry, and watches. Kemsley and her kids were also home at the time of the robbery, but they weren't hurt. And 6 teachers and a counselor have been fired by the Granada Hills Charter High School because they wouldn't get vaccinated against COVID-19. The school's governing board made the decision Wednesday night. The 7 say they plan to file a lawsuit against the school and the governing board. Before we go any further, let me give you a chance to win $1,000.
KFI has your chance to win $1,000.
Text the nationwide keyword
Cash. C-A-S-H.
to 200-200.
You'll get a confirmation text and info.
Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest.
That's cash to 200-200.
If you win, you know the drill. You get a call from a number you don't recognize. You have to pick up the phone because if you don't, they move on to somebody who goes, oh yeah, I bet that's not spam, I bet that's KFI. Your next chance to win comes at 6:20 with Handle, and it actually happens 14 times a day, so you've got a chance every time on the 20s, all the way through 7:20 with Conway at night. Right now, let's say good morning to ABC's Aaron Kaczynski, get some more information. No, I guess we don't have Aaron right now. We'll get him in just a few minutes. Hopefully we can get some more information on former New York Governor Cuomo being charged with this misdemeanor sex crime. Hey, did you hear about that little dog? I'm sure I told you about the little dog who was rescued from the buoy in Alamitos Bay. Well, now that dog is searching for a forever home, and I love, rescuers oftentimes when they get the animal based on where they either found the animal or how they found the animal or whatever it is, they'll give the animal its own name. Well, it's the Shih Tzu mix, and rescuers have named it Siren, adorable. And they say that bystanders actually saw the dog, who was just literally hanging onto this buoy. The dog got scared, ran into the ocean, people tried to approach her, and so at that point then, this little dog's freaking out, and she swam to a nearby buoy, and then just clung onto the little thing. A good Samaritan in a small boat then carefully coached her to him before giving her to a lifeguard. Now they say that they got little now Siren all bundled up and drove her back to the headquarters, the LBFD Marine Safety Officer said. And I guess little Siren has swam about 50 yards in pretty cold waters, so this safety officer says, I'm quite impressed by this little dog's capabilities. Anyway, little Siren needs a forever home. So if you are interested in Little Siren and you saw the pictures of Little Siren, I don't know how you couldn't have seen the pictures and not have been interested. Siren now is up for adoption. Have you tried to book travel recently? Maybe you're going somewhere for Thanksgiving or maybe you're going somewhere for Christmas. Well, industry insiders are saying that the travel industry is not going to be as lenient as it was with pandemic-related cancellations. So what does that mean if you are booking travel for the holidays? Well, a travel advisor says she recommends travel insurance for any non-refundable bookings. She says many people want to take advantage of discounts and deals, and a lot of those are non-refundable, but because we're not seeing the same leniency within the travel industry anymore, if you're even waffling the tiniest bit on whether or not you might go or you might have to cancel your reservation, she says she recommends travel insurance for any non-refundable booking, but keep in mind, many policies will not cover any pandemic-related cancellation. The added insurance will run you maybe 10 to 15% of the cost of your trip, but, if you're shelling out a few $100, and maybe you've got to, add an extra 20 or 30 bucks, something like that on top of it, just so that you can get your hundreds of dollars back should you need to cancel, that might be worth it. All right, now let's say hello to ABC's Aaron Kaczynski and get the latest on former New York Governor Cuomo being charged with this misdemeanor sex crime. Hey, Aaron, good morning. From what charge does this, or what incident does this charge stem?
Well, this stems from an incident alleged by a Brittany Camisso, who was Governor Cuomo's aide back in December of 2020 when she said they were alone in the governor's mansion, in his residence, when he groped her breast. She went public with this accusation in the Albany Times-Union and on CBS, and she said she was executive assistant number 1 of the Attorney General's report from over the summer that found Cuomo sexually harassed 11 women. Cuomo specifically denied her allegations that it did not happen, but it is now the basis of a criminal charge of forcible touching. It's a misdemeanor here, Jen, and in theory it carries a year in prison. We're not sure it would ever amount to that for the former, but he does have to answer the summons in person next month.
And has he said anything since this came out yesterday?
He hasn't, but his lawyer has, and said that the sheriff's motives, the sheriff's department has filed a complaint. She said the sheriff's motives were improper and political. She said that the governor has never harassed or assaulted anyone, and she said that, giving an indication that he would try to fight this in court.
When it came out, though, I guess, in the Attorney General's report, and this woman says, hey, I was, the first person identified in that report, it's a little tough to think that it was political. I'm sure that that's going to be the argument made against his attorney.
Yeah, It's interesting. The accounts in the report were found to have been substantiated. The women gave similar stories about being caught alone with the governor in many cases. There was the allegation involving the state trooper on the security detail. But in filing the criminal complaint, the Albany Sheriff's Department seems to not have acted in coordination with the prosecutor's office. And so in that, the governor's people see improper motives. Now, they're going to say that regardless. They believe that the entire report on which these allegations were based was political because the Attorney General, Tish James, is now mulling a run for governor herself. But be that as it may, it forced the governor from office, and now he's facing a criminal charge.
Yeah, that is quite a tangled web, I will admit, even if everything is on the up and up. Just out of curiosity, I mean, I know how a lot of people stay here on the West Coast view Governor Cuomo, and you know, maybe the viewings aren't super favorable. What about in New York? Do people agree with him that, oh, this is just all politically motivated, he never could have done anything like that? He wasn't an unliked guy in New York.
No, in fact, people still give him high marks for how he handled the pandemic. I mean, remember early on, his, frank briefing stood in sharp contrast to former President Trump's handling of the pandemic. And so I do think there was a good deal of admiration for him. I don't think the public buys that this is just political. I think they believe that this conduct has occurred, and while they may not like the messiness of the politics, I don't think they see it as out of the realm of possibility. But so they separate the two. He still gets high marks for his pandemic handling, and maybe low marks for his for some of his personal activities.
All right. Well, I just said that I just wondered if he was as sort of vilified as he was out here, or it's a lot. It's always interesting to me.
The stuff with the nursing homes, I always thought. I mean, this is just I don't have any evidence here, but the stuff with the nursing homes became a national narrative as national Republicans tried to knock Cuomo down the peg, picking up on kind of the Trump criticisms. I don't think New Yorkers truthfully cared as much and saw the situation as untenable. People were released from hospitals. They lived in the nursing homes. That was their residence, and that's where they were sent back to. Their families weren't taking them in. So I always thought he got a bit of a raw deal on that score. But certainly, the old saying, familiarity breeds contempt. We saw a lot of Governor Cuomo, and I think maybe some saw him get a little too big for his britches.
I think that is a very fair point. Aaron, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Have a good weekend.
See you later.
See ya. ABC's Aaron Dursky. The understatement. He got a little too big for his britches. Maybe. All right, we come back. We are going to talk with KFI's House Whisperer, Dean Sharp. We're talking water heaters. Now, here's the thing. At first, I thought water heaters. When are we going to talk about water heaters? But then I thought, what do I really know about water heaters? Should I be replacing my water heater? When am I supposed to replace my water heater? I don't want to be the guy who suddenly goes, I should replace my water heater when I go and take a cold shower some morning. No, thank you. So Dean and water heaters are coming up in just a second. Right now, let's go ahead and take another look at that police activity on the 22.
Westbound between Golden West and Valley View, that police activity has all lanes closed, Jen. It's reported police-involved shooting. Traffic is stopped from Beach Boulevard. Now in Cerritos, the 91 eastbound at the 605, a crash blocks the left lane. You're on the brakes here from Bellflower Boulevard. A brush fire in Riverside has been extinguished. 91 eastbound before La Sierra. That was off the right shoulder. And that wind advisory continues in Newhall on the 14, both directions between the 5 and Sierra Highway. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Dave Joseph.
Hey, it's Dean Sharp. With energy costs rising and temps getting warmer and electric vehicles here to stay, I can't believe how many homes still don't have solar. Now, granted, there's a lot of misinformation out there, so my solar company, Sunlux, asked me to clear some of it up. First, solar doesn't cost you money. It saves you money. A lot of money. Second, it doesn't matter where your panels are made. What matters is who makes them. And finally, you hear about some system out there for $29.95, but that is not what is going to end up on your home. It means something to me that all the partners at Sunlux left top-tier positions at other solar companies. Why? To do
solar better. It's why Sunlux is an LG and Tesla Platinum contractor. The best systems, the best battery solutions, the best service, the best warranty, and a solar company who is straight with you from day one. Hey, it's time for solar. Get started today at sunlux.com. That's sunlux.com, sunlux.com. CSLB 1008374.
Socal Weather from KFI. We've got a mostly sunny Friday. Highs today will range from the low to mid-70s for the beaches, Metro LA, and OC. We'll be in the mid to upper 80s for the valleys and the Inland Empire, and we'll keep cooling it down tomorrow. Then by Halloween Sunday, highs will just be in the 60s and 70s. We leave local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee.
There's no shortage of ways Norm Reed's Honda Superstore works to get you a super new Honda. Whether you shop in our showroom, complete your deal online, or custom order, you'll always get super prices, super selection, and a super experience. And regardless of where you lease your Honda, return it to one of our 5 Honda Lease Return Super Center locations for a super upgrade experience. Plus, every new Norm Reed's Honda is backed by our exclusive price protection guarantee, which states if you can find the same new Honda for less within 5 days, Norm Reed's will pay you the difference or buy your vehicle back. Visit our super award-winning Norm Reed's Honda Superstore location in Huntington Beach, West Covina, the Irvine Auto Center, and the #1 Honda store in the world in the Cerritos Auto Square. Plus, we're now open in Vista. Shop online at normreeds.com.
Is finding the right candidate slowing you down? Cut straight to You're Hired with Indeed. Their hiring platform makes it easy to attract, screen, and interview candidates all in the same place. To find your next great hire, visit Indeed.com/credit.
The holidays are doubly important this year, so make your celebrations doubly special. At Ralph's, we've got a huge selection of high-quality meats on top of fresh, natural produce, like fresh, never-frozen prime-grade beef and our Simple Truth organic Brussels sprouts, or delicious king crab legs with our private selection gourmet potatoes. Whew, gotta hear that doubly fast. Ralph's, fresh for everyone.
You'll enjoy free grocery delivery on orders over $35 with the delivery savings pack. It's only $79 a year, so sign up today at Ralph.com.
By now, you've heard the news. Boosters for Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson vaccines are available. They help keep your immunity strong and help keep you and others protected against COVID-19 and its variants. Visit myturn.ca.gov to find out if you're eligible and to find a booster near you. Let's keep each other safer and healthier this winter. Get your booster, and don't forget to get your flu shot, too. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
Accident, call Jacob and Molly, call Jacob.
KFI would like to thank the Radio and Television News Association for making KFI News the winningest news outlet in Southern California.
KFI AM 640.
More stimulating talk.
An iHeart radio station.
Hey y'all, it's Dean Sharp. Good morning to you. Today's Wake Up Call House Whisperer segment brought to you by Duffy Power. Go to DuffyPower.com and never suffer through another power outage again. DuffyPower.com. DuffyPower.com.
KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeart Radio app. We'll talk with Dean Sharp in just a second. But speaking of home, the LAPD is looking for 3 people accused of breaking into and robbing the home of one of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Police say the 3 broke into Dorit Kemsley's home in Encino Wednesday night and forced her at gunpoint to direct them to her valuable handbags, her jewelry, and watches. Kemsley's kids were there at the time of the robbery. They were asleep and apparently weren't hurt. And traffic deaths in the U.S. are up. The Department of Transportation says there were more than 20,000 traffic deaths in the first half of the year, and the number is the highest 6-month total of traffic deaths since 2006. 5:50, we'll talk with ABC's Mark Remillard. Facebook is no longer Facebook. I mean, it is, but not overall Facebook. It's Meta. Meta, as in everything, with Facebook as an offshoot of it. Does that make sense? It's quite a name change. We'll talk about it with Mark in just a few minutes. But right now, let's get to our Friday chat with KFI's House Whisperer, Dean Sharp. You can follow Dean on social media at Home with Dean. Listen to him tomorrow morning, 6 to 8 here on KFI. Sunday morning, 9 to 11. Hi, Dean. Good morning.
Good morning.
Every time I